Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much, Jack Jade. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Terry, and today I'm going to share with every one of you, right, aligning perspectives and perceptions. Many people wanted to invest in property, but then they are just unaware of what they see ahead of them. Because every investment, there's always risk. So today I'm going to share very, very interesting facts about investing in property. All right. Okay, there's something about myself. So if you look on your right, these are the projects that I was the project IC, the lead in charge of during my time in Orange Tea and Thai Private Limited. So now I'm the lead IC for the Chuan Park 2024. Any one of you, have you ever heard of Chuan Park? Chuan Park, which was an en bloc sales by Kingsford Development. And it is just seated next to the Lorong Chuan MRT station. Okay, perspectives. I always talk about perspectives and perception. Many people does not understand. They know how to use the word perspectives. They know how to use the word perception. But then when we go deep inside, and then you can see, right? Perspectives is something whereby your individual viewpoint or angle, which they approach or understand a situation. Everybody, even though you look at the same thing, but you have a different perspective, right? You see it differently. Like all of you now sitting in front facing me, right? The first thing, what do you see of me? You see of my hair, you look at my body, or you look at the background, okay? And it also influences the people interpret and prioritize the information. It's how they interpret the information that they've heard, they've gathered. It also determines their approach to problem solving and decision making, okay? And then now we come to perceptions. It is the process of interpreting and making sense of sensory information. And it also involves how individuals see, hear, and understand the world around them. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let us do a very short and simple exercise. Can every one of you raise up your right hands? Right hands, everyone. Raise your right hand and then you shake it. Oh, for those standing outside, same thing, Raise your hand, shake it, and now I want every one of you to clench your fist. Stop it and clench your fist. Okay, bring down your hand and put it near to your chin. Chin. Okay, do you notice that where is your chin? Where is your chin? Should be here, right? Ended up, you put it here. Is that your chin? This is your cheek. Okay, so that is what I say, is what you see, what you hear, and what the speaker have demonstrated right now. And it also vary greatly the individuals, even when they're exposed to the same information. Like what I mentioned, right? Raise your hand, clench your fist, and stop it there and put near your chin. Correct? Okay. Now, what are the key factors influencing the real estate sentiment in Singapore? You must understand, a lot of people were saying that, the property prices, why are they keep going upwards? Why the prices not going downwards? In other countries, the prices went downwards, headed southwards. But in Singapore, instead, after the COVID-19, it went northward, it went up. So you need to understand what are the sentiments, right? The key factors. Okay, we're talking about economic conditions. GDP growth, the unemployment rate in Singapore is low. The growth is very, very sustainable. And the income levels of the younger generation have increased. In the past, my salary, when I started off as an apprentice, I only collected 300 Sing dollars. $300 when I was when I completed my NS, and now today is so different. When I talk to a lot of younger generations, right, the people that I've spoken to, their income levels are way much higher. You're talking about 10,000. You're talking about 14,000, $18,000. These are the incomes that the younger generations are earning, right? And the government policies. Do you think that without the government policies, what will happen to the Singapore property? A trend. The prices will move further upwards and upwards. And for the younger generation that wanted to invest or buy into a property, they will find it very difficult. It is difficult for them to buy a private property without the cooling measures. And the tax incentives Okay, the tax incentives and housing grants. Do you know who give out housing grants? The HDB, right? They give out the housing grants for those first-timer young Singaporean family who wants to buy into a HDB BTO. Can any one of you in this hall, can you tell me which country give you money to buy properties? When you buy a property, the government give you money, give you housing grant. Can you think of any countries? One country that I can think of, right, is Dubai. Where? Where is it? Okay, Brunei. Okay, now different, because sovereign country, right? Okay, now in Dubai, the Sheikh give the citizen, only their citizens, money and land and houses. In Singapore, wise, right? Housing grants, CPF housing grants were granted to all the Singapore citizens that buy their first subsidized BTO flat. Agree or not? So you go to other countries, you hardly hear them. Hardly the government give them money to buy a HDB or a subsidized flat. So now we talk about interest rate. Now with the increasing interest rates, the high interest rates, so it affected the borrowing cost. It influenced the borrowing cost. A lot of people were thinking that with such a high interest rate, I shouldn't be buying. I should wait. When the interest rates are high, you notice that the property transactions, the number kept going upwards. The numbers didn't stop. People bought into homes because why? They have a need, they have a want. They need to have a roof over their head. They want to invest for those who have extra cash. And mortgage affordability affecting buyers and investors' decision. So some buyers, for example, when I talk to investors, when I talk to home buyers, you buy within your comfort zone. If you think that buying a new home is too pricey, you can consider buying a resale property. Agree or not? If you find that a resale private property is too pricey, you can go and buy a HDB flat, provided you are eligible. Supply and demand. Real estate, we are talking more on supply and demand. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think there are more sellers or more buyers in the property market? More sellers or more buyers in the property market? What do you think? More sellers or more buyers? Buyers, let me share with you the buyers. The moment you have high demand, the buyers are the demand. The sellers are the supply. One seller keep their property for 10 years. That property is out of the market for 10 years. Right on. But then for buyers, the younger generations are growing up. They have partners. They want to buy property. They want to build their love nest, their home, their family. So they need to buy a property, be it HDB BTO, be it HDB resale flats, or be it private property. The demand is always there. And the demand, very difficult for them to drop. Okay? Because why? One property takes 3 to 5 years to build. But demand, every year, every month, the younger generation are growing up. Okay? And then, the demand from buyers and renters plays a very critical role. So now, if you buy a property for rental, for rent, to invest, to rent it out, do you know that in Singapore, our population, Singaporean population is 5.92 now, the whole entire Singapore. But then, when you talk about the Singaporean, the population, the citizen, it is only 3.62. So you have another balance, 540,000 PR, and 1.77 million of foreigners. So when you talk about the foreigners, 1.77 million with the high ABSD of 60%, where do they stay? Where do they stay? Ask yourself this question. So that is the reason why the rent is so healthy and so strong. For those who are investing to be a landlord or buy to be just an investor. So do bear in mind, you have 1.77 million of foreigners renting property. A certain percentage will stay in dormitories, certain percentage will stay in residence household, whereby they are employers. That means the domestic workers. The domestic workers. Okay, while high demand and limited supply can drive prices up. So do you notice that HDB has been releasing more and more BTOs? Reason being, because from 2021 to 2025, HDB is targeted to launch 100,000 BTO flats. 100,000. To date, 2024, today, they've launched 67,000. So that means by end of 2025, they need to launch total 100,000. So that means in the next 1 year, you will see that HDB will ramp up their supply. So now the question is, do you build infrastructure first or you build when the population grow? Our population is only 5.92. They are targeting 6.5 in year 2030. So just imagine, when the population grew to 6.5, what about the houses? Take a long time to build because it takes about 3 to 5 years. So that is the reason why you notice that the property prices continue to go up. So foreign investment, with the 60% ABSD, the foreigners find it very difficult to invest in Singapore. Every $1 million, they have to pay 600,000. So if they invest in $1 million property, for them, they have to pay 1.6 million. So the foreigners, you notice that they are slowing down investing in Singapore property. Okay, they are slowing down. And this is good because why? The foreigners will go into the luxury market mainly. Why? Because they earn a lot of money. They are cash rich. Number 6, market trends and developments, urban redevelopments. We do know that for all the new launches in Singapore, even though Singapore is the little red dot, when you want to buy a property, when you want to invest in a property, go to the world map, find a country where you can find the name of the country, but you can never see the presence of the country. Do you know which country is that? You go to the map, right? You go to the map, you look at Singapore. You can only see the word Singapore, but where's the dot, the circle, the land? You can't find it. Understand or not? And Singapore is developing, okay? Urban development projects. We have a lot. The government continuously transform every part of Singapore. They transform every part. And then the infrastructure improvements. Do you know that now they're building a lot of MRT lines? Correct or not? So in the past, there's only north-south and east-west line, the red line and the green line. Now, what do you see? You see the blue line, you see the brown line, you see the green line, the lime green line, you see the circle line, the yellow line. Correct or not? You see all these lines coming up. Why? Because the government said every household, 10 minutes, you walk to the nearest MRT station. Okay. And new property launches. We need new property launches. If you don't have new property launches, the developer don't come and buy the land from the government. You know what happened? All of us will be staying old, very old design houses. Right now, very old design houses. So may I have a show of hands? Who likes to stay in new modern houses? Have a show of hands. New modern houses. Or you think that old houses is better, right? So that's why you need the developer. If the developer don't develop it, all of us will be staying in old houses. You will be staying in a 60 years old houses. That's it. You need them. Okay. Number 7, global economic climate, global economic factors, the trade relations, and the geopolitical events. Everybody are talking about it, geopolitical events. Because why? Because of the uncertainties in the market. Because all these are factors that affect the market. People are saying, Singapore is no good. Because why? We are going into recession. Do you think Singapore going into a recession? Everybody are saying about every year, people will say Singapore going into recession. Next year going into recession. Next year going into recession. Do you know that the government have done a fantastic job whereby they shield the Singapore economy from entering into a recession? Do you agree or not? Do you agree? So I met with one client, a foreign investor. He looked at me, Terry, I look at you, wow, your face, presenting to me, after you presented to me, you're still happy. Are you not affected by the inflation, the increase in property prices, the high interest rates, the high cost of living? Do you know what I answered the foreigner, the investor? I told him, what can I do? Life goes on. Do you agree or not? Does life goes on for you? I have to go on. Because why? I cannot be sitting down and crying and weeping and hopeful that someone help me. No one will help me because I need to help myself. Number 8, job security. Any one of you here lost your job? Can you raise your hand? Don't have a job? So don't worry. If you don't have a job, the next thing you must do, go and find a job. Okay, don't sit down. If you think that you don't have a job, out of job, go find a job. Because you need to take care of yourself. All right? And financial stability. Right? In Singapore, we are very, very stable. In COVID-19, we witnessed the moment COVID-19 hit Singapore, who give you free masks? Who give you free injections? Who give you packages that help you tide through the COVID-19 period? During the COVID-19 period, the government gave us $9,000 to help us tide through 9 months. Housing agents receive $1,000 per month without any viewing outside. Okay? That's some of the housing agents benefited. When we are in trouble, when we need help, who step in to help us? The government step in to help us. All right, so they have done a very, very good job. Okay, now we'll talk about rental yields. Everybody who wants to invest in property, they will always look for the potential return of investment through rental yields. So rental yields, later I'm going to show examples to all of you that investing in property is the number one choice for you, for all of you. And then appreciation and depreciation of property prices. Do you know that for 99 years and leasehold property 99 years and freehold. So for freehold property, there's no decay of lease because it's freehold. But what about 99 years? 99 years property, there's a decay of lease. Agree or not? So when the lease decayed, getting shorter and shorter, lesser and lesser, all the residents will come together and say, we will go for en bloc. That is the reason why older developments, they start to get developers to come in and buy from me. Because my house, my development is very, very old. So that is why the new properties will come up. So now we'll talk about number 10, the last one, technological advancements. Do you know that HDBs, they've improved their system until the resale seller and buyer, they went into DIY. They went into DIY now. Okay? And that will also influence the sentiments of the real estate market. Okay? And now, geopolitical situation. Okay, this is a bit sensitive, but let me share with you. So for the Middle Eastern war, it has been happening since long time. The tension between US and China, it has been ongoing since long time, right? Because it's bilateral, up and down, topsy-turvy. And you talk about the China and Taiwan tension, it also happened very long time. And you look at the war between Ukraine and Russia. No, when the war occurred, people say that the market is going to crash, we're going into a recession. Everything is going to be doomed, no good. We hope that all these can disappear. And do you know that the last one, the US Fed, they increase interest rates every month, every other month. But until July 2023, they stop increasing. Because why? Why do they need to increase interest rates? They increase interest rates is to slow down the inflation in USA. They increase the interest rate because a lot of people are overspending. So that's the reason why. So since July 2023, they stopped. So this year, September, on the 18th, I think they are going for another meeting, and it was rumored that they are going to reduce the interest rates. So now with the increase in interest rates, with the high interest rates, people are buying. So what about when the interest rate drop? Do you think more people will buy? Yes, more people will buy. Okay, this is a very good question. If you have $600,000 in cash, what will you do, ladies and gentlemen? You have $600,000, that's all. I don't have to have 1 million, 600,000. What will you do? So what will you do? See, will you invest? All right, will you invest in any one of them? Stocks, bonds, corporate unit trusts, mutual funds. You know what is our mutual funds? Mutual funds are multiple investors where they invested in a pool funds, and then the fund manager will invest in diversified investment. So you have cryptocurrency, fixed deposit, art collectibles. People collect watches, people collect cars, art paintings, and then keep in savings account. All right, very traditional way, keep in savings account. You have money, put inside savings account first. Don't do anything. Because why? That will help you earn interest. Correct or not? Okay, now then you invest in insurance-linked products. Okay, all this. So if you have money, 600,000, what will you invest? Which one do you think is good for you? Which one? Okay, now, what if today, right? Today, with all the audience here, you've attended my session, investing in building under construction. You know what is called building under construction? So whatever you see here, all the banners in front of you, at the side of you, these are building under construction. Some of them are building under construction. They are still ongoing. The sales are ongoing. It is not 100% sold yet. So for those who have plans to invest, you have $600,000. Let me share with you what you should do with your $600,000. Scenario number one, sales. I will take this project, Park Colonial. Anyone doesn't know where's Park Colonial? So Park Colonial is located at Woodley. Okay? Look at the left of the screen. Is Woodley Lane. Yes. Woodley Lane, which is just next to the Woodley MRT station. So how many units? 805 units. For those who can see, you need to stretch your neck. Okay, 805 units, and it was TOP, collected keys on July 2022. The age of the property is 2 years old. 2 years old. So that means the investor, the home buyer bought this development, they are staying inside now. Okay? So now, these are the latest transacted price. Today is the 15th, right? So I chosen 15 August, you can see the new one, or down here, September, today, 1 month ago, I just chosen, and randomly, I chose a lower floor unit, 0415. A lot of people are saying that, Terry, if you want to invest, right, invest a high floor unit, you can sell better prices. The HDB sold for 1.73 million because it was located on the 45th level. So now I'm looking at level 4, 0415. I bring the unit down all the way to level 4. So if you look at level 4, 2.2 million was transacted. So now we need to know how much this person bought. So a lot of people know, it was transacted at 2.2 million. What about how much the person bought? So if you look at the screen now, the person bought at 1.67 million, way back in July 2019. In 2024, August, he sold it off. So can you work out your maths? He bought and he sold. Okay? He bought the green color and then he sold. After he sold the unit, how much profit did he make? Ladies and gentlemen, look at it. Look at the screen. Now, these are actual figures. Data and facts and figures, right? I can show you immediately. Whatever projects you tell me, whatever name, the unit number you tell me, I will show it to you immediately. Later, when we break for refreshments, right, behind our orange tea and Thai agents that invited you here, they have all the facts and the data. So now, when you look at it, if I am an investor, if I have $600,000, I invested, and then over a period of 5 years, I'm getting 5.6%. 5.6% return. Is it a good investment or not? 5.6%. Is it good investment? Come on. Okay, I saw some young people here. Okay, now this concerns you. Okay, because you must understand, who will loan you money to make money? In Singapore, the bank loan you money to make money. That is the reason why a lot of people must go to using other people's money. Understand? Use other people's money. If the bank don't loan you money, never mind. Go back home, tell your parents, hello, I need money. Can you help me? All right. Okay, now, 530,000 he made over a period of 5 years. So what investment give you 530,000 in 5 years' time? So now you look at here. Because when I break it down, if you look at on top here, this part here, 1.67 million was the purchase price down here. He paid 30% plus the stamp duty. And then This is the actual figure plus the legal fee. Total down payment, he paid $473,000. $473,000. Okay? So then, we break it down because it's under construction, right? Progressive. Pay. Wow, then say, hey, Terry, every month I'm paying. It's good. Because you're paying. You must understand, huh? The developers are building, you are paying. Right? Monthly, you paid. So now, stage 1, item 1 to item number 7. I break it down. I use the maximum period, 1 to 7. So I use 473,400 here, which is A, plus 90,000 because it's 1 to 7. Total, he paid $563,400 invested. The person invested. Okay, provided the person is able to obtain a 75% loan. Then you ask, what if I can't? It's okay. If you can't obtain 75% loan, your payments still progress. Still the same, your payments. Singapore loan, maximum loan is 75%. That's it. Max 75%. All right? And TDSR apply. So now, I take the profit. So the profit is how much? 530,000. 530,000 divide by the outlay because I paid money, right? I paid money. So now, what is my return? My return is 18.81% compared to the 5.6%. A lot of people always think that, hey, Terry, 1.67, I paid full. Let me share with you, ladies and gentlemen, you never pay full for 1.67 million. You paid down payment here. Everyone get what I'm trying to share with you. So that means your investment is only 30%. That's what I've shared on top, 30%. So your returns is much higher. Instead of the 5.6%, where everybody are looking at it, they will say that, hey, you take the 2.2 million, less the 1.67 million, and then I say, oh my goodness, since when did you pay 1.67 million? You took a loan of 75%, you only paid 30%. How on earth did you pay 1.6 million, 67 million? Agree or not? Everyone of you agree? Because I'm going to show you another example. Okay, another example. So then, my last sharing was, some buyers say, hey, Terry, I don't quite agree with you. Because why? You chose the money-making development. What about those lost money? To me is, no property, lost money. Understand? No property, lost money. If anyone wants to sell the property at a loss, that person must have gone through a dilemma, a situation. Right? If you bought 1 million, would you sell 500,000? No. Every sensible man will not sell below what they have purchased. Agree or not? If you agree with me, can you raise your hand? Okay, thank you so much. Right. So now, I give you another example. So scenario 2, I use the same development again. So this development, you can see the transacted price whole year in August. So I take this unit, 1523. 1152. This is a 3-bedder. Earlier, that unit was a 2-bedder, 3-bedder also. And this is a bigger size 3-bedder, 1523. So recently, 15 August, at 2.45 million, right? Observe what happened here. Bought at 1.68, sold at 2.45. Ladies and gentlemen, use your mental calculation, your maths. How much this person make? How much this person make? Bought and sold, Bought and sold. You must always look at it. Bought and sold. Now, look at his percentage. His percentage, annualized percentage gain is 6.9%. A lot of buyers, a lot of investors always say, I just barely make 6.9%, less than 7%. I might as well invest in stocks and shares, whereby I can get money every day, every week. But do you know the risk involved? So now we're looking at here, 6.9%. What was the realized profit? 778,000. 778. Round off, 779,000. That means buying, investing into building under construction. So now what investment that will give you such a good return? Let us see again. Here, he bought 1.68, sold 2.45. Here, the percentage again. And here, 1.68 million. You pay 1.68 million. Earlier I asked, right? If you have 600,000, what will you do? He invested 476,000. The down payment, I break it down all the payments, and then provided he's able to get 75% loan. What if he can't? He's unable to get 75% loan. No problem. Just keep paying, right? Keep paying because the down payment is more. Your percentage will reduce. It's 24.6%. One investment will give you 24.6% annually. Can fixed deposit give you 24.6%? Ask yourself this question. Okay, thank you so much. Ask yourself this question. Can or not? You put into fixed deposit 3%. You buy into government bonds. You buy bond into unit trust. People say, "Oh, pay me 6%, 6.5%. Wow, awesome!" But 5 years you can't touch it. If you withdraw it straight away, minus off your investment. Understand? There's always an admin fees that you need to pay. Okay, now we come to here. So now, Terry, what if I buy and then I don't want to sell? I want to rent. I just want to rent out. I want to keep the property. Okay, what happens now? Am I going to be burdened by what I'm going to invest? So I use this development called Normanton Park. Any one of you who doesn't know where's Normanton Park? This was an en bloc development in Normanton Park. They retain the same name. The developer whereby they're going to launch Chuan Park. Okay, now, here. 1862 unit plus shops, and then TOP in 2023, December. So age, 1 year. Is about 1 year plus. 1 year plus of age. So now, so of all these units, so if you're an investor, and then you come to me, Terry, which property should I buy? If I buy this unit, 0331, is a two-bedder, what is my return? Because I'm taking 75% loan. Now I'm going to take on a burden. Correct or not? Every month I'm going to pay a few $1,000s. So it's going to be very, very high on me. Very, very heavy for me. So now, you talk about this unit, 0331. So this is the unit, 2111. Now, he bought into it. Now he said, I'm an investor. I do not wish to sell. You look at the price, he paid 1.386. So now, if you take a loan of 75% at 3.5% loan for over 30 years, and estimated monthly installment is 4,671 for a young man. Oh, hey, Terry, 4,671 is very heavy for me. Every month, I cannot eat, I cannot sleep. Because why? I need to have this burden. So now, because in order to achieve a 3 to 4% yield, 3 to 4% yield, I need to look out for any developments that are renting between this price range. If anything that's 3% above, is a good investment. Okay? Now, you come here, you can see there are two units. One unit is asking for 4.05 negotiable. So I round off maybe 4 million. Okay? And then the other one, 657. This is a two-bedder, asking for 4.8. There's another unit below, asking for 4.2. So if you average out 4,008, average out is 4,004 per month for a two-bedder. Everyone understand? Average. So when you work out the average, so now look at this one. Example, the person bought 0331, my buyer, my investor said, two-bedder, hey, can I rent out or not? I say, yes, you can. You can rent it out. So if my monthly mortgage is 4,671, my monthly maintenance $300, let's go back. My rent, I can only collect 4,002. Is there a negative or a positive? It's a negative now. So for every investor, they will say that, hey, this is a positive investment. To me, is no way. Correct now? I want black. I want this number to be black instead of the red. So 771, imagine, if you are prepared to pay 4,006 and 300, 4,009, and the rent comes in at 4,002, what is your burden now? Tell me, what is your burden? Your burden is the red color. 771, and you own a 1.38 million property. Everyone understand? Do you understand? I hope you understand. Those who understand, please raise your hand. Thank you so much. All right. So now, here, Normanton Park. Again, I use this. Purchase price 1.386. Monthly installment 4671. $300 for the monthly maintenance. The rent income is this amount. I will take 4,002 divided by 4,971. If you look at below the screen here, it's 84%. So if someone is paying 84% of your burden, of your outlay, will you buy? If you buy, can you say yes? But nobody say anything. Will you buy? Because why? You only pay 16%. You pay 16%. So everybody get a picture. So even if you buy to make money after 4 years, 5 years, we'll sell for you. You make money. If you say, I want to keep, because why? It's very difficult to buy a condo in Singapore. I want to keep, I want to rent it out. You are the proud owner. You spend how much? 400 plus, 500,000. You own a property. You invest in fixed deposit. What do you own? You own a slip of paper. You hope that your paper don't go missing. You hope that your pet don't eat your paper. You hope that you don't accidentally, right, together and throw it as a trash. Everyone understand? So I give you another one. Avenue South. Avenue South Residences. Have you heard of it? This development is just opposite where? Opposite the Singapore General Hospital. Singapore General Hospital. TOP, same, You look at it. 1074. A lot of people are saying, hey, Terry, there's a lot of units. There's a massive unit. 1074. So 2023 TOP, age 1 year old. I just take a random unit, 732 square feet. This is coincidental. 732 square feet, unit number 0732. He bought at 1.55 million. People are saying, hey, 1.55 million. Oh, that's quite expensive for a two-bedder. So look at it. So if he were to take a 1.55 million, this property, and look at his monthly installment. Monthly 75% loan, monthly installment is 5,222. Is it heavy or not? Every month 5,000. My goodness, every month I have to pay 5,000. That's very, very heavy. So how am I able to get a 3 to 4% yield? 3 to 4% yield to 3 and 4%, 3.8 to 5.1. So now we look at it. Those for rental. For rental, the unit is 732 because we don't have, in the market, there's nothing 732 square feet. The nearest is 721. So if you look at 721 here, transacted 700 to 800 square feet, 4,007, 700 to 800 square feet, 4,005. But his monthly installment is 5,222. Heavy or not? But if I'm able to rent it out, at this price, 4,005. What is my monthly commitment? My monthly commitment is $1,022. Can you see what I've shared? Ladies and gentlemen, if you see what I've shared, let me tell you, right? We have a lot of projects here that can help you realize this plan. Understand? It can help you to realize. But a lot of people, they see and what they heard are different. Today, I break it down into numbers so that all of you can see it very clearly. With numbers, you're able to see 5,002 plus 300, 5,005, 5,522 monthly installment, monthly rent 4,005. So here, 4,005. So that means it crossed the 3% yield, below the 4% yield. It's in between. Safe. Above 3, you're safe. Take this price. 0732 unit, 1.55 million. Again, I use it to divide by the rent. Rent divide by the outlay. So it's 81.49%. So 81.5%. So now, you are prepared to pay 5,222 every month. If you don't rent it out, you pay yourself because you are staying inside. But if you rent it out, you own that property, the tenant pay 81.5% for you. Do you think it's a good investment? Do you think it's a good business for you? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, I'm left with another 2 minutes. I hope that my sharing is not too fast. I hope all of you understand. We have all our Orange Tea and Thai consultants behind at the lounge area. So later, once I end the session, everyone go behind. Don't rush to leave. Rush to eat, okay? Rush to eat and drink. All right, now, Chuan Pang, this project is coming soon. We are launching in mid-October. So Chuan Pang is District 19. It was an en bloc project, mega land size of 400,000 square feet with 916 units, 5 blocks, 5 towers. Strong underlying demand after 14 years in Lorong Chuan, next to Lorong Chuan MRT station, near next mall amenities. Always bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, when do you make profit? When you invest in a property. You make profit during buying, or you make profit during selling. What do you think? When do you make profit? Is it always bear in mind, when you want to choose property for investment, always location. This is where the high demand. Anybody who has a high budget, they will come to you because of your location. All right? And then, of course, the school, the international school nearby, easy access to major expressway, strong exit strategy because why? It's located near the HDB enclave, the mature estates, and future transformation of Paya Lebar Air Base. Have you heard of Paya Lebar Air Base? Paya Lebar Air Base are 5 times Toa Payoh. They're going to redevelop the whole entire development. So when there are new development, new transformation, you will see a new high price again. So now, after this Chuan Park at District 19, here, where is it located? Look at the MRT station. It's just next to the development. How far can a development get? So if you were to buy buy for investment, do you think this is one of the best location? The best location, do you think it is the best location? That means you walk out, that is the MRT station. All right? Okay, now I'm going to share with you. Okay, this is Chuan Park, and these are the layout. We do not have any perspectives yet. So later, leave down your contact number and your names, and our salespeople will contact you when we are ready for launch. And our launch will be, okay, northern side, you see the landed properties. Eastern side, you see the HDB flats. And then the southern side, you get to see the schools. And then the western side, you get to see Golden Hill Park condominium. One thing, if you look at the development, right, this side is west. This side is west. Any units that's facing west, nothing facing west. Right now, nothing facing west. So that means this is a very good development for all of you to venture into. Okay, so now this is the developer's perspective. We only have one. Leave your name and contact number with us, and we will share with you more information. So now an expected preview date is mid-October 2024. Okay, these are the ICs, and I happen to be standing there. So you can see, without curly hair. So I need to curl my hair. You know, when today when one of my colleagues say, "Hey Terry, I like your curly hair." I don't know whether is it curly hair or girly hair. All right, okay, now we're talking about Norwood. Norwood Grand is at district number 25, which is in Woodlands, launching soon in the next 3 weeks' time. And down here, we have the good land size of 155,000 square feet. Always bear in mind, and these 4 blocks of 11 stories and 348 units. Strong underlying demand again, in where? In Woodlands. Now, you must always remember, there's always pent-up demand because the residents in Woodlands, they waited for 12 years and there are no developments during the 12 years. People are waiting. Understand now? When there's a pent-up demand, there's an underlying strong underlying demand, the prices, the demand, it becomes very popular. Everybody are waiting to buy a unit there. Okay? It is by CDL and 2 minutes to Woodlands MRT South Station. Woodlands South MRT Station. 2 minutes. And in future, it's connected to the Woodlands North MRT Station. You pay the price of you pay a price, and then you enjoy a Malaysian convenience. Because why? In the future, RTS, right? You take RTS and go to JB. Okay, you go to JB right now, so that you don't have to go through the traffic jam. Okay. So RTS is just 2 stops away. And then your North Coast Innovation Corridor, there must always be a transformation, urban redevelopment. Okay? And then near Causeway Point, and then easy access to major expressway, strong exit strategy. Because why? It's located Woodlands Estate. Okay? And it's the largest economic hub in the North region. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Yeah, 23 seconds left. I'm still on time. Okay, hang on. Okay, yeah, here. Okay, this is the project. Now, Norwood Grand, because it's going to be launched in the next 3 weeks' time. All right, for those who are keen, do not go to other agencies. Do not get other agents. Only get Orange Tea agent. Because you know why? Because Orange Tea agents, right? They're like me. They have their facts and data, and they can give you real-time information. Real-time. Understand not? Real time. That's what you wanted, right? Because you're going to make a decision. So down here, you have 348 units. There's Norwood Grand. Where is it located? It's located 2 minutes walk to the MRT station. 2 minutes. Is it far or not? 2 minutes, I can tell you, is not far. The distance is very near. Like, see, when I talk to you now, it's almost about 40 minutes. And what is 2 minutes? right? You chit-chat, you're at the MRT station already, okay? And now Norwood Grand, this is the perspective of Norwood Grand. And where is it located? You know the Singapore Sports School? They will be relocated to Kallang, the Singapore Sports School. So the Singapore Sports School is going to be relocated. So that means it free up, it open up the land. And what will happen to the land? Going to be future transformation again. So when there are transformation, it will boost the prices up. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you so much. And this is Terry Yeow again. All right, aligning perspectives and perceptions in your property investment decision. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks, really. She wants to get a round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Deputy Branch Associate Director of Orange Tea and Time, Mr. Terry Yeow. Round of applause once again, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, thank you so much. You know, your applause, right, will excite me.
Yeah, anyway, doesn't he, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't he look like a Korean superstar? Yeah, just waiting for him to do a table spin, yeah? All right, tabletop dance or break dance, All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you guys have been waiting for, the chance for you to walk away with the pair of tickets to Macau. Anyone here wants to win that pair of tickets? Can I see a show of hands?
Okay, now, everyone please scan.
Oh, are you again? Oh, very good, very good.
Where? Oh, here? Wait, they say
Yes,
stand here. I stand here? What?
Oh, you stand here?
Oh, scan the QR code, okay.
Alamak, stand here, stand the QR code.
I thought they say, behind the audience, right, ask me to stand here.
Because you're too young tau, that's why you. You stand near the QR code, you look better. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, scan the QR code, okay, and you stand a chance to win. Anybody needs help, please let us know. We'll be more than happy to assist you. Anyone else needs help?
Okay, now for those, right?
Need help?
Okay, scan.
No?
Scan, and we'll see you at Macau gambling.
I never say that, he say.
And win. All right. After that, you have a good winning. You come back to Singapore, you invest in property.
Okay, while waiting for them to scan, Terry, is there anything else you'd like to share?
Any question for me, everyone? I hope that my session keeps all of you alive. And if you have any questions regards to property investment, please, later, when I say, let's go to behind the Orange Tea Lounge, and then our sales consultant all will be there. Okay? And talk to the person that invited you here and see what can you do.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be coming to Q&A in just a moment, ma'am. Q&A, right? Yeah, just give me a moment, yeah? In the meantime, you want to make sure that everybody here has a chance to win that pair of tickets to Macau, because sometimes you don't scan and later you say, I never see all, So make sure you all scan, yeah? Anybody needs help?
Come on, ladies and gentlemen, please scan.
Okay, I think one of the dying questions they were asking is, who is your hairdresser?
Oh my God.
Yeah, because a lot of them, they say, what, this guy, young town or someone, he's like, style. Okay, before that, we're going to go into our questions right now. Okay, ma'am, do you have a question to ask? You do? Okay. Before we go into that question, I think it's fair for me to ask her, because she didn't scan the QR code, yeah? Okay, I'm just going to ask you, ma'am, just one question for you especially. What's your name?
Susan Tan.
Susan Tan. Okay, Susan Tan, what's the question you'd like to ask?
If you own a HDB flat, how are you going to buy the private condo? You got to sell the house. Where you go?
Terry, you answer.
Okay, you own a HDB flat. So the question is always, now I have one property. If I purchase the next property, I need to pay the additional buyer stamp duty, whereby the earlier speaker would have mentioned the additional buyer stamp duty. If you have two properties, your second property will be 20% of the purchase price, the ABSD. And you can claim for refund. You can claim for refund within 6 months from TOP. So that means once you collect your keys, you can sell off your HDB and you claim for refund. That's one. If you think that, I don't want to stay, I got no place to stay, I need to stay in my current house, you can, provided you are able to pay the 20% ABSD. Okay? Now, always bear in mind, there are 4 methods, 4 ways in removing the not paying the ABSD. Do you all want to know? 4 ways. Okay, the first way is sell your existing property. Can you do that? The second way is buy under trust. The third way is decoupling. The fourth way is buy under someone's name. Which one do you think is feasible? 4 ways. There's only 4 ways, so you don't have to pay ABSD. So if you think that 4 ways not appropriate, I can't use it, then you have to think of, should I sell my property? I take my existing property funds and I buy. I sell off, then I go and lease another property.
Okay, I hope that answers your question, ma'am. Okay, if you need further inquiry, we can ask our Minister Desmond Lim to come and talk to you.
Oh, there's a question here.
Okay, now we're going to move on to the next question. If I have 300, wow, you sound very rich, If I have 300,000 cash now, she got now money, ladies and gentlemen, be very careful. What can I invest in?
Okay, now, can the person that asked this question raise your hand?
Very
If you don't raise your hand, never mind. Look at me. Eyeball on me. So that I know who you are. So later, when go inside, right, I will give you a one-to-one talk. Right? Because you're an investor to me now. Because, correct or not? Okay, anyone that asked this question. Okay, now 300,000. Earlier I mentioned 600,000. Correct or not? 600,000, you invest in a condo. But 300,000, can you invest in a private property? You can. You can buy a resale. You can buy a resale property. You don't have to buy a new launch property. Because you know why? You must always remember there are 5 factors that affects to invest, affect the buyers, the investors' decision. Number 1, invest in any property, you must have money. Agree? You must have money. Number 1, Number 2, invest in a development whereby it is saleable. That means you invest, you can sell 3 years later. If you don't want to sell, if you say, hey, cannot, I love this development. Number 3, it must be rentable. Agree or not? Number 4, it must give you a good return yield. And number 5, do you know number 5? Number 5 is very, very important. You have money, but you don't have courage. Courage is number 5. You want to invest in property, you must have courage. If you don't have courage, they're very difficult. You just look at your money or your bank account every day. Make sure that nobody scam my money away. I go to the apps and check my bank account. Make sure that the money is intact. Correct or not? Okay.